I always had this doubt when I rewatched something I thought was cool when I was 14 of, was this really that good or was I just a teenager? So I was super nervous going back into Code Geass after so long. It was the first anime I finished that there was almost a consensus online of it being good. And I mean, I found it through an old Watch Mojo video of like, I think it was like top 10 anime of all time or something like that. And I remember really liking it at the time. I even rewatched it with a friend who doesn't even like anime like 2 years later and they loved it. But that doubt was still in the back of my mind as I started the rewatch. Well, for about 5 minutes. I then spent 35 of the next 48 hours watching the entirety of Code Geass. This includes the movies and spin-offs. Everything. Which brings me to the question, how was it? Did it hold up? It was mid. Yonaka Sugar Girl still clears. I'm kidding. It's one of the best anime ever made. It's easily on my Mount Rushmore and it might even be in my top 5 pieces of fiction ever. Well, at least the Lelouch arc. The spin-offs are decent, they're just not the same level. Now, is it flawless? Absolutely not. R2 especially has quite a few plot holes and pacing issues. The main examples being sort of just kind of redoing things from season 1 and anything about the Geass Order and whatever the fuck Charles was up to. Guys, I think I got tickets to the wrong SeaWorld. Starting to think we're not going to be seeing the whales. It just felt kind of forced in. The stuff in China also felt a little bland, I guess, but it was necessary to expand the scope of the series to the world stage, so I can kind of overlook it. These are fairly minor nitpicks though, because holy shit, everything else from like the Rise of Zero in episode 1 all the way to the Zero Requiem is absolutely god tier. Watching Lelouch and Suzaku struggle against and eventually be consumed by their ideals, losing those they love and eventually giving up everything, turning the entire world against them just to bring about a better, more gentle world is absolute cinema. That, and I love the Arthurian overtones of the whole show. I'm like the #1 King Arthur fanboy, so I spent the whole time doing that like soy jack point whenever something was paralleled or referenced. Also, them putting Jeremiah on an orange farm at the end is crazy work. Orange Boy never gets a break. Oh, that Cornelia is bad as fuck, let's be real. Genuinely, the writing is insane. Everything is so good, from the story and how it progresses to the dialogue and mannerisms of each character. It all just fits together so well. I love how extra Lelouch is about everything. I mean, one of my favorite videos is something like, how did Lelouch not get caught being Zero? Or something like that. It's just like a compilation of him saying shit at school that should have been heard and got him caught. And guys, the soundtrack. Oh, the OST is so good. I really want to play some of it for you, but Sunrise will send a flay out of my home. But I highly recommend just giving it a listen. I'll put a link in the description. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite OST ever made. I need this shit on vinyl yesterday. And dude, the openings and endings. The Colors and World End by Flo are 2 of my all-time favorite songs. I'll put my whole pussy into a Jaboon Woe until the day I die. But the third opening really grew on me too. It had like a techno vibe. It only plays for like 3 episodes or so. And the other 2 openings are fine, they're just not my thing. The endings really shine visually. I love the classical art style they use. The like visuals are so good. My favorite's probably the Orange Range song, I think ending 3. But the others are also good. The visuals, they're insane, especially for 06. And the movies look even better. I love the set design and all the technology, from like the battle screens to the mechs. Everything looks so good. I also love that they had to clamp lean into that shoujo art style for the character designs. I mean, had they all looked like generic Sunrise, like Gundam characters, I don't think it would have been as good. Also, once again, Cornelia, bad as fuck. Honestly, if I haven't sold you on it yet, just watch this scene. I'm gonna take the copyright claim for this one.
Attention, entire world! Hear my proclamation! I am Lelouch Britannia, Emperor of the Holy Britannian Empire and your only ruler! Schneisel has surrendered to me. As a result of this, I am now in control of both the Damocles and the Flea weapons. And even the Black Knights no longer possess the strength to oppose me now. If anyone dares to resist my supreme authority, they shall know the devastating power of the Fleas. Those who could challenge my military rule no longer exist. Yes, from this day, from this moment forward, the world belongs to me. Lelouch Britannia commands you. Obey me, subjects! Obey me, world!
It's peak. From the music to the line delivery, everything fits together so well. Now, let's talk about the movies. They're good. I like them. I was always a diehard Lelouch lives believer. I just like it when characters have a happy ending. So, having a version of the story where he does is nice, though Resurrection was the weakest of the movie's IMO. They make some interesting changes too, and considering the cameos in Rose, they seem to be moving with this as the current version of the quote-unquote canon. Overall, I'd say they're worth checking out. The spin-offs are kinda hit or miss. Akito is cool, it takes place in Europe between the first and second seasons. You know, the time when Lelouch's memory is like wiped. It's decent, but some characters who show up in season 2 after Akito, like chronologically, feel like they get kinda reset. But that's probably because Akito was written after the anime aired. Also, if you're just there to see Lelouch, he's in it for about 10 minutes. Still mind-wiped, but he's there. Rosé feels a little too fan-servicey. Not in like the, look, big bazongas kind of way, but more like in a Star Wars, look, it's your guy Galupshido, you know that guy, right? Kind of way. It's got hella returning character cameos, and that's about it. The plot's just kind of there. The CG mechs don't help either, you can really tell they're CG. I'm still working through the Oz manga, but it's fine so far. Now the real best spin-off is definitely the manga where Lelouch becomes a wage slave at a konbini. It easily clears, it's peak fiction. Overall, I love Code Geass, and I'm so glad I rewatched it. If you haven't seen it, I implore you, you will not be disappointed. Start with the 06 anime and just move on from there. I'd give the original series a 10. The movies, maybe a 9, and Akito and Rose both get a 7.5, maybe an 8. Overall, it's so good, just watch it. Okay, glazing over. Small side note, 2006 might have just been the best year for anime releases. Probably ever. Looking at what came out, it was just so stacked. Next week we'll be taking a look at Platinum End, and until then, I'm a man who's starting to think this Lelouch guy might be Zero. And this has been Code Geass. Thanks for watching.